Hi, my name is Manny Lagos, head coach of Minnesota United. I'm here with Brian Kallman and Brent Kallman, and today we'd like to work on a little bit of juggling a soccer ball. So today we're going to work on juggling, which you don't actually do in the game, but is one of the most important things you need to practice because juggling encompasses all of the things in soccer. It encompasses trapping, shooting, dribbling, because when this ball moves all over the field and all over the air, you have to know how to touch the ball. You have to know how it moves, and juggling is the best way to practice that. So right now I have Brian here, and juggling a ball right away is very difficult for soccer players. So you have to practice a lot of different ways, and one of the best ways to start practicing is just put the ball in your hand, okay? Brian, why don't you hit it and hit it right back up to your hands, okay? One more time. Just getting used to knowing how to hit the ball and how to hit it so Brian can catch it again is very important. Now, Brian, why don't you hit it up, let it bounce, and hit it again with your foot. Okay, good, and catch. Let's do that one more time. Okay, Brian, why don't we do it this time where you hit it up, okay, you let it bounce, and then you hit it twice and then catch it with your hands. Up, down, boom, boom, and catch. One more time like that, Brian. Down and up, good, and catch. Why don't you this time, Brian, hit it with your thigh, let it bounce, hit it with your thigh, and then catch. Good, down, boom, and catch. Well done, one more time. Up, there, well done. And why don't you try to hit it with your head once, let it bounce, hit it with your foot, and then back up to your hands. Okay, now Brian is just getting used to the concept of juggling. Now, of course, he can juggle really well, but this is a good way for you to get used to the ball so you can maybe practice. Now I'd like for you to juggle 5 times, Brian, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Brian Kallman has a record juggle of 5 times. Now I'd like for Brian to try to practice and break that record of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well done. So now you can practice even more, and look at, he's getting used to using his feet, he's getting used to his thighs, and getting used to his head. Okay, so Brian and Brent, why don't you guys together now just start juggling and show that once you get used to juggling, you can do it for a long time. So there's so many different ways to practice juggling. You can do it by yourself, you can do it in a group, you can challenge yourself with a record. Again, today we had Brian got a record of 6, maybe your record's 10, maybe your record's 100. Heck, make your record 1,000, but make sure you practice juggling. It's gonna make you such a better soccer player, and you can do that by yourself. You can also sometimes get a group and play a game. So we're gonna play a game today called imitation juggling. It's me against Brent against Brian. So there's only gonna be one winner, but we're all gonna practice trying to get juggling, and actually a little bit of memory involved as well. So the first thing that I do is I start out and I'll do either a foot, a thigh, or a head. Let's keep it simple to start. So if I do a foot, okay, I pass it on to Brian now, and Brian has to do foot plus something else. So Brian does a foot and thigh. Now Brent has to do foot, thigh, and something else. Okay, so Brent did foot, thigh, head. So now I have to do foot, thigh, head, head. And Brian has to now not only memorize that, but he has to do it as well. So we got foot, thigh, head, head, thigh. Foot, thigh. Geez, these guys are really good for me. So we had foot, thigh, head, head, thigh, head, head. All right? Foot, thigh, head, head, thigh, head, head. There was 2 heads there, Brian.
Was there?
And Brian would be eliminated. Now it goes between me and Brent. Oh. So you could have multiple ways you could play. You could be in after 3, or you could have 1 out. But again, it's a really fun game, and even if it lasts a couple juggles, it's really a fun memory game, and for sure good for practicing juggling. So juggling is such a great way for you to get used to how to use this ball. When you use the ball the right way, you create time and space to do all sorts of things on the field. And again, you might not be as good right away as Brian and Brent were. You know, your record might not be 6, but again, the more you practice, 1 or 2, next thing you have 3, you'll get used to hitting that ball, you get used to trapping. And from that, when you watch a game, now you'll be able to even see how guys control the ball, maybe touch it over a defender, and can score a goal. It's really cool stuff, and let's see it at the next level.